Welcome back. Cisco is poised to expand its efforts in generative AI, planning an investment into the GPU startup CoreWeave. Deirdre Bosa has more for today's Tech Check. KD.
Hey, Leslie, good morning. So a source confirms Cisco's investment and tells me that it will come out of the company's $1 billion global AI fund launched in June of this year. Now, it underscores this trend of tech companies investing in Gen AI startups to stay competitive and close to the latest innovations. In Cisco's case, an investment in CoreWeave could help ensure that its own networking equipment has a role in the build-out of data centers, which is just happening at a breakneck pace. CoreWeave, of course, is one of the hottest startups in the space because it focuses on providing infrastructure for high-performance or GPU-accelerated workloads. Now, when Cisco launched its fund, it also announced investments in other Gen AI darlings, including Cohere, Mistral, and Scale.ai. With CoreWeave, Cisco is getting in on a broader transaction, a tender offer that will let existing CoreWeave shareholders sell shares and reportedly value the company at $23 billion. That is up from $19 billion when it last raised money only earlier this year. Now, neither Coatue nor Altimeter Capital, those were investors in earlier rounds. I'm told they are not selling shares in this transaction, but some employees who have been at the startup for some time, they will presumably be able to turn at least some of their paper gains into cold hard cash as CoreWeave remains a private company and IPO markets stay subdued. AI chipmaker Cerebras, yes, they filed for an IPO, but they may end up being the exception. OpenAI, of course, just raised the largest VC round ever, and its CFO telling our Kate Rooney that investors shouldn't expect an IPO anytime soon. I also just spoke to Scale.ai's Alexander Wang. He last raised $1 billion at a $14 billion valuation. Cisco was part of that round. His startup tripled revenue, quadrupled revenue last year, and here's what he told me that he's seeing in the space now.
Incredible amounts of growth in the AI sector right now. We serve 3 different customer bases. We work with the leading labs and the leading AI efforts in helping to produce these incredible models. We work closely with large enterprises, Fortune 500 enterprises all around the world, to ensure that they're able to utilize this technology on top of their own data. And then we work also with large governments.
We'll have more from my exclusive interview with Wang later in the exchange. We talked about a lot of stuff, including AI safety. And guys, when I asked him about how he's thinking about raising more money or an IPO, he played it coy. He said that they're just watching public markets. But as we've seen in the space, no one seems that eager to go public anytime soon.
A lot of watching in that space for sure, Dee. I'm curious, what's your sense in terms of just the overall clamoring of capital to get into AI startups these days? Because it seems like up until maybe this summer, it was like no price is too high, essentially, to get into some of these touted names that are playing in this space. And then over the summer, when there was more volatility, that started to maybe slow down a bit. But based on your reporting, it sounds like things may have ramped up in terms of just the willingness to bid up for these private investments.
I haven't seen much of a slowdown at all. Of course, there's kind of 2 levels. There's the OpenAIs and the Anthropics and the Scale.ai's that are just going to be able to continue raising money. And OpenAI's latest round is just going to sort of light a fire under everyone else. And what I'm told from, certain people in the industry is everyone's looking for the next Oppenheimer, right? That company that's going to change everything. And largely that's based on a person. That's why you saw ex-OpenAI co-founder Ilya Sutskever raise $1 billion seed round. So sort of at the larger levels or the most stratospheric level, you're not seeing any kind of slowdown. But you're right, Leslie, in that investors are kind of looking for revenue to catch up with those valuations. In the case of OpenAI, a ARR of $1 billion is, proof of concept. That's coming in the door, and that's what investors are excited about. But some of the AI wrapper companies, some of the smaller ones that still raised at high valuations, are having more trouble finding business models. And you see some of the character AIs and others doing deals with the mega caps in order to, get that top line revenue or that top line growth.
Right. Trying to benefit by association, which this week really has been, whether it's Cisco or NVIDIA, Accenture, been a story of people starting to partner up. It's going to get really interesting in the months to come. Dee, thanks. Deirdre Bosa.